Psychic Serpent here, wrapping up our monthly messages for October for all 12 of our signs. This video is going to be for our water signs, so it's going to be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. If you have any of those for your sun, moon, or rising sign, you might want to check this video out. And if you want to check out the other videos for your sun, moon, and rising signs, feel free to do so as well, as I should have all of them up by now. And you can just do that by thinking about the area of your life that you're taking into account for the message. So that can be for your rising sign, first impressions, new beginning, or the body. For your moon sign, your mind, your intuition, emotions. And then we also have your sun sign, which can be kind of your joy, your creativity, and your relationship perhaps with the outside world, a more external world. And so we're going to move along with our first sign here. That's Cancer. All right, Cancers. So we have Sekhmet, be strong. So this definitely tells me there needs to be a little bit of a balance this month between our physical strength and our mental and spiritual strength as well. As we see, there's like these strong grounding colors here, but also around her throne, there's this little bit of darkness or mystery. So this reminds us that while we may feel physically strong sometimes, we can still feel emotionally vulnerable or spiritually vulnerable and fear that there's other things behind the scenes at work playing against us, or vice versa, where we feel spiritually and emotionally strong, but physically we aren't taking care of our bodies, or we feel like our body is struggling to keep up with the day-to-day routine and things like this. So Sekhmet just reminds you that, a balance of both will ultimately make you feel happy. And this doesn't have to be, if you're feeling like physically weak that you need to work out and have all these muscles or anything. No, it just means that it's okay if you feel like you're weak and you want to take action to help you get that strength and confidence, because you are a very strong and confident person, our beautiful Cancers. But when you don't feel that, especially I think emotionally more so for our Cancers than physically, it tends to throw everything out of whack. And so don't just focus on the outer shell that you're building up, especially Cancers related to the crab symbolism. Really focus on cultivating your psychic, spiritual strength, and your emotional strength, your intellectual strength. And make sure you're not just missing out on one, because the body is not the only important thing to feel strong. You want to make sure you feel stable in your emotional body, and also with your intuition, because that's a big thing for our Cancers. You don't want to feel like you're not able to hear and understand your own voice. And so when you don't have those strong gut feelings coming through, or you feel like you're not being able to discern certain situations or see through the darkness here, it can really throw you off your guard. So having that strong connection to your intuition and making sure that you're cultivating your spiritual knowledge as well, or your spiritual strength as well, will really bring balance to you this month of October. And so we're going to go to our next sign, which is going to be Scorpio. And I'm using the Goddess deck this month because as I'm recording these, we're wrapping up Navratri, or the 9 nights of the Goddess Durga or Devi or Shakti. And so to honor that energy of her, I wanted to use the Goddess deck to kind of give you guys a chance to do that and also show her some respect. And so let's see what Goddess comes up for our Scorpios. All right, Scorpios, we have Sulis, bodies of water. So for a water sign, this is not surprising. I definitely think for my Scorpio risings, this will affect them a lot. And my Scorpio moon signs, as our moon also deals with bodily fluid, there may be a sense of dehydration, or there may just be a sense of feeling overstressed and overstimulated. And so the water, what it does is definitely bring us back to our grounding self and make us feel calm. It's scientifically proven to do so as well. So spending time near water in whatever way it may be possible for you is going to be very healing, and very restful for you as well. So if you could find some time to do that throughout the month of October, I know it tends to be a little bit chilly, but even if it's just a drive by the ocean or walking near a little pond or something like that, definitely give yourself that time with water and really think about water's kind of interaction with us through our lives, right? Whether it be through our physical body, which is made up of so much water, the water in which we rely on to, drink and hydrate us throughout the day, the shower, which we use to cleanse our bodies. Water is a very spiritual thing, and it can be used in a very spiritual way. So not only physically may that need for water be there, but I think spiritually and emotionally, or even more so spiritually, there's kind of a need for it to kind of cleanse you out out a little bit and just help you rest and recharge as well on the physical level. As I said, water tends to have that influence over us. Being near bodies of water tends to have very calming influences over us. But beyond that, it teaches us a lot of beautiful spiritual lessons about cleansing, about taking care of our bodies, and really being in one with nature too, as water tends to give life and share with everybody as well, and something that's very important to many other beings on this planet to have. So really refreshing and even reflecting on your relationship with water can be very important for you this month, my Scorpios. All right. And so we're going to move along with our last water sign, and that is going to be Pisces. All right, Pisces, and apologies if you hear my cats meowing in the background. They're just playing right now. So we are going to be doing our Pisces and Kuan Yin compassion. So this month you might be feeling maybe either a little bit tested, either in your ability to feel empathy and compassion for others, or in that you feel it so much and you're not understanding how it's not being felt with others around you. And so this just asks you, or Kuan Yin just asks you to kind of hold room for your own emotions and feelings and understand that there's nothing wrong with the feelings of compassion and empathy you have for other people who are suffering, with the feeling and, you know, maybe even burning desire you have to bring some type of light and healing, soothing energy to other people. But I think, you know, when it comes to dealing with people who perhaps aren't feeling what you're feeling for others, I think that's where the struggle is coming in. But Kuan Yin is also asking for you to not hold judgments towards them either, because they're still on their journey and they're still learning ultimately how to express those things and how to even feel them. Humanity and compassion are two huge themes, you know, right now in the world, where we're seeing wars happen and we're seeing so much violence and we're seeing so much chaos through like even disasters like the hurricanes and things like that. I think it's just asking for you not to lose your heart in that and your compassion, because it can feel like there's a lot going on, and also not to judge other people who are struggling to feel it for somebody else, ultimately either because we don't know what's going on behind closed doors for them, or they're just on their own journey and they have to find their way out of their own ignorance and out of their own darkness that's keeping them from seeing what's truly happening in the world. So that is Kuan Yin here for you. I'm just going to quickly wrap up these messages one more time. So we have Sekhmet for our Cancers. So that's balancing the outer strength that you have and that outer shell that you've built up, and allowing yourself to also feel spiritually strong. And that can come through, you know, meditation, that can come through prayers, that can come through building and creating time and space for you to practice your spirituality or whatever it is that gives you that kind of inner deep strength. And then we have Soulless bodies of water for our Scorpios. So spending time near water is going to help you on a physical level, again, feeling calm, feeling rested, but it could also, again, provide you with those spiritual lessons that you've been maybe missing out on, or just that feeling of flowiness that you've been missing. And then we have our Pisces, Kuan Yin. So leaving your heart open, understanding it's okay that, you know, other people might be struggling to see what you're seeing and feel the pain you're feeling. But as long as you feel it and you know that you have good and love to share out into the world, that's okay. Everybody's on their own journey, and hopefully in their own time, they will see the things that you see, and they will be, you know, their eyes will be open to the suffering that you're noticing, and that is drawing out this compassion from your heart so deeply. And ultimately, Pisces is also a very spiritual teacher, or a very spiritual induced sign, or very spiritually, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like all about, you know, it deals with our 12th house, it deals with our dreams, it deals with our ultimate spiritual goal of reaching our ultimate spiritual liberation. So here there's freedom in that, and there's freedom by letting your heart experience these feelings even if they feel dark and sad. And so those are your monthly messages. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. I'll leave that in the description below. I'll also leave my Venmo if you would like to tip, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your month.